Hey guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the spring equinox. As we can all tell, it's been very intense couple of weeks. The Mercury retrograde was definitely not easy in Pisces. Right now we currently have Mercury back into Pisces. It's going over the shadow. So things are still going to be a little weird, but it's going to be better than the Mercury retrograde. Things are going to be a little bit more clear. We're going to be going over the things that we have learned during the retrograde. So there may be a couple of bumps around along the road, but things should be getting better on that aspect. However, we have a very, very important energetic shift that's going to be happening on the spring equinox, which lands on the 19th to the 20th. It's like as soon as the sun hits the sign of Aries, that basically marks the new astrological year. So we have the new year that we all follow, which is January 1st, but in astrology, the new year starts as soon as the sun hits Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. And that's going to be happening right at midnight on March 19th. On that specific day, we're going to be having a lot of planetary shifts and very intense type of planetary shifts taking place. We're going to have Mars, Jupiter, Pluto conjunct, all in Capricorn. Mars and Pluto are usually known as some of the malefic planets in astrology. Mars rules war, aggression, anger, also rules passion, determination. It is a masculine energy. We also have Pluto, another masculine energy, rules death, destruction, rebirth, transformation. It's ruled by the sign of Scorpio, as is Mars. Mars is also ruled by the sign of Aries, so it's going to be pretty intense. However, it's all going to be conjunct. What conjunct means is that all these planets are going to be in the same spot in the sky at the same time. So all these planets are going to be basically sharing the same energy in the same area at the same time. Jupiter is going to be there as well, and Jupiter is an amplifier. Jupiter expands, so it's just going to amplify these types of energies that are going to be going on that specific day. We're also going to have the sun, which is going to be moving into the sign of Aries, like I said, but as it moves into the sign of Aries, it's going to get closer to the asteroid Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. It basically represents our traumas, our repressed traumas, things that happened in our childhood. Things that people don't really, they go on kind of subconsciously. You don't really notice that it's an issue. They might be brought up to the surface as well. This is all going to be happening in a certain area in Capricorn that is represented by idealism. So each section of the zodiac, each sign, is separated into 3 different decans, and it's basically each decan is represented by a different type of energy. So yeah, Capricorn has a certain like authoritative government figure, very powerful, prominent, masculine type of energy, right, in general. But then Capricorn can then be split up into 3 different sections, and each of those sections represents something different. Where all these planets are going to be joining up in Capricorn, it all represents idealism. And we're going to have the moon going into there as well, just the day right before the equinox. So the moon, which affects us the most, at least as women, they affect women the most, the moon. It's going to be very emotional. We're going to feel it on the emotional front. As we're leading up to this energy, I'm sure a lot of you guys can already feel it. It's sort of like a bubbling up of energy, getting ready to kind of like boil over. And I feel like the boiling point, the point where things might, I don't want to say blow up, but where things definitely do get really hot is going to be on this equinox point, which is on the 20th. So the moon is going to be meeting them there as well. And one of the main themes that came to me, like one of the main teachings that came to me, that why this is happening, is that it's going to be a positive forward motion towards idealism, and it will require a shedding of some sorts. Why do I say that? Because Pluto, once again, represents transformation. We also have Mars, which is another it will destroy anything to get its way type of energy. And once again, Jupiter expands all of that. And that's all happening in the sign of Capricorn in this section that deals with idealism. So we're going to be clearing out the old to make a new idealistic type of government, way of living. Why do I say government? Because Capricorn rules governments. It rules positions of authority. So things right now that may not be ideal in terms of that area of society in the collective, they're going to be shifting towards a more idealistic view. Along with that, later on this month, we're going to have Saturn going into the sign of Aquarius, which deals with humanitarianism, deals with making things better for the collective, trying to improve everybody's lives. It's not so much worried about ourselves, it's how do we help everybody. So we're going to be starting to shift into that age of Aquarius soon enough, and this is the weird boiling point that we're getting to now. In order to get to that age of Aquarius, we have to first dismantle everything that we have built that isn't working, that isn't a part of that new idealistic society, in order for us to build a new foundation. If you remember my past video, the one that I posted about new feminism through numerology, I was talking about how this year, 2020, is a 4-year. 4 years are all about building foundations. They're all about setting the stage so that new systems can grow and flourish off of them, right? So if the type of foundation, the type of building that we have built now and what we have right now so far isn't working, it will be destroyed so that we can lay down a new foundation, one that is stronger, one that is more stable, one that is going to help us elevate towards a better way of living that is better for all of us included, not just for certain people, and that includes everybody. So I feel like that's what's happening right now. A lot of astrologers, a lot of people in the community were saying that February 22nd was the day that the mother, the divine feminine, was going to rise. And I feel like that definitely took place because, I mean, since the beginning of the year, things have been a little chaotic, but also towards the end of February, as you know, like I said, Mercury retrograde was taking a toll on everybody. But things have been pretty chaotic, we can say. Chaos is feminine. Things get birthed through the chaos. There was something that I wrote just a few days ago. I keep looking down and I keep looking to the side because I have my laptop and my notes here, so I'm just going to read something that I wrote a few days ago as to what I feel like is going to be happening. So an entire paradigm shift is taking place. A brand new civilization will emerge. We are setting the stones, laying down the pieces of foundation for what the next 5 years will hold as a society. This is the building of a new world. We incarnated at such a perfect and incredible moment in our history, a total rebirth, being brought through the chaos that is the feminine nature that has been suppressed for so long. I definitely do feel like the feminine is rising. People are connecting a lot more to their empathetic side, to their feminine side. They are trying to see the love and compassion in others. However, this whole shift, this whole thing that's been happening with the virus, right? It's kind of like fighting against that because it's trying to make people separate. It's trying to make people not be compassionate. It's trying to make people not be loving, not be empathetic. But we as a society, we get to control how we react to these things and whether or not we want to change. Do we want to keep being separated? Do we want to keep alienating those that need help? Do we want to keep pushing those away who may not have as much as we do? Or are we going to help each other? And are we going to realize, hey, we're all on the same planet together. We're all a part of the same species. Let's help each other out because we are all going through this together. And if we want to make it out, we have to be in it together. We have to work together, and we have to love each other, and we have to care for each other. So that's one of the things that's that on that. the day after, we're gonna have the moon going into Aquarius. So on the 20th, the moon is going to be going into Aquarius. It's going to be squaring Venus. Venus is all about relationships. The moon is all about our emotional selves. When I looked at the degrees where the moon and Venus are going to be at, it basically represented inspiration versus struggle. So what I feel like a lot of people are going to be feeling that day, maybe on the 20th, I'm not sure exactly what may be going on, but a lot of people may feel like they are inspired to do some sort of action, but there are financial restraints. And this could be possible because of, once again, the whole virus thing. I'm not sure how the government's going to react in terms of like people not being able to go to work, people not being able to go to school. How are people going to pay their bills and stuff like that? I feel like there's a lot of tension right now building up in the collective's mind about like, okay, how, like, what's going to happen to the economy? What's going to happen to my money? Is the dollar going to be obsolete? Like, a lot of people are freaking out in terms of that. Stock markets are also like kind of wobbly right now. So we'll see what the 20th brings, but it is, the moon square Venus is showing that there might be a little bit of a conflict in terms of like how we feel we need to express ourselves, and maybe financial restraints getting in the way of that. We may want to express ourselves, we may want to do certain things, we may want to like help other people, but feel like we're tied, we have our hands tied and we can't do anything. We don't have the money, we don't have the resources. So that could be coming up in the near, on the 20th. We also have, I don't want to make this video too long. That's basically the gist as to what these next few days will bring. I'm going to pull a couple of cards to see what the tarot has to say about the energies that are going to be showing up during the spring equinox. Oh, one more thing to know. Okay, so why is the spring equinox so important? Why am I highlighting this specific time? It's because, since, once again, it is the beginning of an astrological new year. It is the beginning of a whole season. So what happens during this time is basically like a thumbprint as to what the season will hold until the summer solstice. Summer solstice will be a whole nother set of energy that's going to be taking place. But the energy that is centered on us at that point in time during the equinox, that's kind of like the overall energy that's going to be lingering over us until the summer solstice, which I believe would be on June 21st or June 20th. So we do have a couple months of this energy. The north nodes will be changing signs, I believe, in May. So these next few months, there's going to be a lot of energetic shifting. A lot of planets are going to be changing into different signs that they haven't been in for a while. So I will make other videos talking about those, but for now we're just going to be talking about the equinox that's happening. And yeah, let me pick a few cards. Let me pick some cards to see what the spring equinox, what kind of energy can we expect as a collective. Oh, we got Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles. Let me see, let me also pull one from, I feel like, the Archangel deck. Let me pull one from there. What can we expect during the spring equinox? Let's see. Any specific messages? We got victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. And hello from heaven. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. I definitely, even though like I don't want to make I don't want to make anyone scared. I know I said that it's going to be a huge energetic shift, but just because energies are shifting doesn't mean that it's shifting in a negative way. This is a positive shift. However, any change is always going to be a little uncomfortable. And right now we're kind of in that uncomfortable stage. And it makes sense to feel a little weird.
I was at a cafe.
It makes sense to feel a little weird. Sorry, there was a guy passing by talking on the phone. And to be kind of uncomfortable with all the shifts that are taking place. But I do believe we are being protected. We are being watched over by the higher beings, the divine, whatever it is that you want to believe in. Okay, construction, cool. And everything's going to turn out exactly as it needs to turn out. Once again, our reaction is what we can control. Our compassion and our empathy. And what we do with this time, that is what will make the difference. Don't let anyone else convince you that you are powerless, that you don't have any say in what's going on. You are powerful. You can control your reality. Your mind has so much power and potential to heal yourself. You can, it sounds a little crazy. I know a lot of people don't believe in this, but there's a book called Quantum Healing by Deepak Chopra, if you want to look more into it. The power of the mind to heal the body is incredible. You can, also epigenetics, psycho-cybernetics, that's another book that you can check out. Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. These are all books that talk about how the mind can directly influence your health, your body, and your expression, and how things happen in your reality, and how you are a co-creator in this reality. So once again, let's look at the cards. We have Judgment and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so unfortunately, I got kicked out of where I was filming before, but I'm gonna try and make this quick. We were basically done with the video, but so we got the Judgment card and the Ace of Pentacles, and the Judgment basically represented a shedding of old ways of doing things. Once again, like I said, still repeating that same message that I gave of we're going to be doing away with an old and bringing in a new. The Ace of Pentacles, bringing in a new financial situation. We currently have Uranus in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus is basically a change to the way that we make money, to the way that we value ourselves, to the way that we earn our money. So Uranus is going to be staying in Taurus for the next 7 years. This is a 7-year cycle of changing our financial situation. Astrologers have been already talking about this for the past couple of months. I think since last year when Uranus entered Taurus, they've been saying how the financial situation will be shifting and will be changing. And now with all this energy building up in Capricorn, getting ready to move into Aquarius, it's definitely, it's starting now. What exactly does that mean? Does it mean that the US dollar is not going to be valuable anymore? Does it mean the stock markets are going to crash and things are going to be like our economy is going to dip? Who knows? I can't really say for sure. However, Uranus does bring unexpected and quick changes. So anything can happen, really. So it's only up to us to see. Astrology helps us see the cycles and things. It doesn't help us predict exactly what will happen, but it can give us an idea and help us prepare for possible situations to happen. Is it time to panic? No. Once again, as long as you understand where you are, as long as you are loving, you are kind, you are compassionate, and you spread that energy with other people, and we all stay together during this time, we can definitely rebuild towards something new, something better, something greater for all of us to enjoy. Once again, this is just a weird transitioning period. It is like the dark before the light, and think of it as a big bang. It's like right now everything's getting ready to just explode, but all this energy is like building in order for it to shoot out a completely new world, a completely new way of living, a new way of our economy. I honestly feel like our economy will shift and our economy will change. How so? There's no way of telling. A lot of CEOs have stepped down, and a lot of people are asking me why do you think they're doing that? They know something. I believe that the reason why all these CEOs are stepping down from their positions is because they fear an economic collapse and they want to get out of their businesses before they lose all their money. So that's just my take on that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't give in to the fear. Just keep doing what you're doing. Focus on yourself. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on creating your own income. Try not to be working for anyone else. I think, if anything, what we should all be focusing on right now is harboring our own talents and figuring out what it is that we like to do, our passion, so that we don't have to rely on an outside job to be paying our bills. So this is what I feel like is one of the main lessons that it's teaching everybody, especially in America, that we don't need to be working for corporate America. I mean, some people do enjoy it, some people like to, but not everyone does. A lot of people have other passions that they wish to pursue, and if anything, this is the moment to be doing that. And we should definitely be focusing on building ourselves and building our own businesses and building our own empires, because isn't that what this country was built off of? Basically the American dream, being able to make something up for yourself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked. Share it with other people. I'll be back with more videos, I promise. Trying to get 2 videos out a week. But until then, see you soon. Bye.